Super Mario RPG being announced is obviously great news. I mean, we never would have expected Nintendo to remaster such a game and make it look as gorgeous as it does. But what does that mean for the rest of the Mario RPGs? A lot of people are like, well, lost hope for the other games. I guess this is where it is. And I just honestly don't think that's the case. So let's talk about it. So before we look to the future, let's look to the past. See where every Mario RPG series started, where it went, and where it is now. So we'll start off with the first game in the series, Paper Mario, or Paper Mario 64, as some people call it. So this was supposed to be the direct sequel to Super Mario RPG back when it was first made, and then it just kind of became its whole thing along the way. It introduced a turn-based battle system, a bit different from Super Mario RPG, but still super great and honestly really fun. It had the partners. Everyone loves the partners, or at least I guess the OG fans really love the partners. I personally do as well, all with unique characteristics and just mechanics to use in battle. Really fun. It had a really good experience system. It had, the story did have Bowser as the main villain, so it didn't do anything too crazy, but it did incorporate some other elements and even had a murder mystery chapter in it, so it just had a lot going on. I could definitely do another video delving into each one of these games more, but it was a great start for the series, a great sequel to Super Mario RPG, or at least, it became its own thing. That's what it was meant to be, but it definitely carried on the legacy set by Super Mario RPG. So, sometime after the original Paper Mario, the sequel, Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, was released. This is perhaps the most popular game in the Paper Mario series. In every comment section on Nintendo's Instagram or YouTube, you'll see a bunch of fans constantly asking, hey Nintendo, where's the Thousand Year Door remake? Hey Nintendo, port the Thousand Year Door to the Switch. And there's a reason for that. This took everything from Paper Mario and perfected it. The combat system is improved, the plot is improved, the partners are improved. They just put so much work into this game. There's literally multiple dialogue options for every partner you have out. And there are about 7 partners, I want to say, and a few bonus partners that you can get if you choose to. You can just bring them out and they'll have different reactions to things, different things to say. You have Goombella that'll just say anything about everything. Like, hey, what do you think about this person? Hey, what do you think about this enemy? They just put so much work into this game. It's really fun. It's really funny. The pacing is amazing. The puzzles are great. Just everything about it. It's what Paper Mario fans want out of a Paper Mario game. So this is definitely the highest point in the series, and sadly, we only come down from here. Super Paper Mario is perhaps the most polarizing of the games. It contains a great story, but it completely changed how the game plays and the battle system. Some highlights: you could play as Mario, Peach, Bowser, and Luigi, adding some much needed diversity to the game, letting you play as different characters, finally bringing back some playable Bowser into the mix. It makes it fun, it makes it exciting. There's also the whole different dialogue option thing, like Peach will react differently than, let's say Luigi will. So that was pretty cool. They did have partners of some sort, but they barely react except for one of them. The deep story does kind of make up for it, but there are, it's not really an RPG. I guess you can argue to some extent it is because there's XP, but it's more of a platformer with RPG elements. It's a great game nonetheless, but it's easy to see why it's not regarded as good as Thousand Year Door or Paper Mario by a lot of the fans. You want to piss off a Paper Mario fan? Tell them that your favorite game in the series is Sticker Star. It completely ruined the franchise and took out anything that made Paper Mario. You know what they went with? Yeah, let's fight with stickers. Let's have no experience in an RPG battle turn-based system. Let's also make the plot Bowser kidnaps Peach, even though we did that in the first game and already established it. We can do better than that. We can use characters outside of the Mario franchise. We can make characters, just multi-dimensional instead of just not, no pun intended, but flat. There is nothing here to enjoy. Nothing at all. And that's coming from someone that played this game without playing the other Paper Marios first. So even on its own, even without the other games, it's still a horrible game. Paper Mario Sticker Star straight up ruined the franchise. So I gotta be honest and say that I've never played Color Splash, so maybe my opinion doesn't really matter here and I can't really say much. But Color Splash, from what I've heard, is not that great. The humor is good, so at least they brought that back. But it's pretty much the same battle system. It's a little bit better, but they just kind of kept things the same. They didn't bring back partners. They didn't think that they would try to fix it or bring Paper Mario back to its roots and instead just make a better version of Sticker Star. So maybe it's not unplayable, but I'm sure if I played this that I'd still be pretty disappointed. So yeah, not great. Origami King tried. It's definitely the best out of Sticker Star, Color Splash, and it definitely shines more than the rest. It kind of brought back partners, but not really. It's hard to explain. They're just kind of temporary companions, and they try to reach the heights of the other games, but they really just don't. They also make the characters pretty boring. The only character that really stands out is this toad that you're seeing on screen right now. There's Bombi the Bob-Bomb, but like he's just a regular Bomb, so I don't really know the point of that. The battle system people tend to like because it's this whole puzzle thing you can do. I'm not really a fan of it. I think it sucks. I think it's tedious. I think it's annoying. But maybe this will help Paper Mario get to where it needs to be. I don't know, but it's our most recent Paper Mario game, and this is what we have. So I have hope, but I'm also really scared. And here we are with the start of the Mario & Luigi series, Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga. Superstar Saga really sets the tone and overall feel for the Mario & Luigi series. It has its own turn-based battle system. It's slightly different than Paper Mario, but it's still amazing. It has really funny moments. It has bad guys that aren't Bowser, at least for now. You'll see what I mean. And it really just does a great job. It's also very challenging at times. It has a lot to explore. I could go on and on about the game, but I love the mechanics, I love the feel, I love the humor, I love the voices, I love everything about this game. Mario & Luigi Partners in Time follows the adult bros working with the baby bros to go in past and save the Mushroom Kingdom from an alien invasion, as well as the present-day Princess Peach. This game is possibly one of the darkest Mario RPGs I've ever played. People like to say it's not that dark, but I don't mean in terms of overall plot, but I mean in terms of tone and mood. The game is scary. I mean, maybe not so much when you get older, but when I was younger, I found this game pretty scary. It's just, the music makes it sound dark. You see toads getting straight up tortured. It's insane. And when you're playing as the babies by yourself, sometimes it can feel a little helpless. It improves on some things from Superstar Saga. It also does some worse. The whole battle item thing is not the greatest, but this is still one of the most dearest games to me. I remember finding out about it by complete chance at random. I found it at a Toys R Us and I was like, I want to get this. I played it and I loved it. And it was back in a time that I really wasn't looking around and knowing what games were in a series. So just to pick up and play it, especially after one of my favorite games of all time, it was pretty incredible. Mario & Luigi Bowser's Inside Story is quite literally my favorite game of all time, so I probably love it more than most people do, even though it's regarded as the best game in the series, usually people's favorite in the series. I guess I had my own personal thing with it. There's huge nostalgia bias, definitely, but I love this game. The battle system is perfected, the characters are great, there's playable Bowser, and by far my favorite characterization of Bowser in any Mario game. I mean, unless I see something different in Super Mario RPG when I finally play the remake, but we'll have to see. That's obviously one of my favorite things, getting to play as Bowser. Just that integration. The bosses are really fun, the battles are really fun. I'm like repeating myself because I love this game so much, but the characters are amazing, the sound effects Mario and Luigi talking, speaking gibberish is so cute. I have nothing bad to say about this game. I could talk about it for hours, so I'm just gonna stop talking now because I could do a bunch of videos on this and it would go on and on and on about everything I have to say. I love this game, even though it has the carrot minigame. I know y'all don't like the carrot minigame. I played it when I was younger. I got stuck. I couldn't pass it for a really long time, and then I went back and I beat it years later, and I still played and enjoyed the game. So yeah, still love this game. You can't tell me anything that'll make me change my mind. Yeah. So there are some, or I guess more than some, that think that Dream Team is where the series started to fall off. It did have some unfortunate things, like a lot of backtracking at the end, padding, things to extend the game to make it longer than it probably should have been. But besides that, the game is incredible. Maybe it's not at the same level as the originals, but unlike last time, things weren't changed completely, kind of like, you know, from Thousand Year Door to Super Paper Mario. Nothing like that was done. They brought back characters from Bowser's Inside Story, which of course makes me love the game. And the battle system's still great. They brought out some really cool, fun special moves. There are some gyroscope sections that kind of suck, honestly. They're not great because the 3DS gyroscope is just okay. The Dream Battles are also a really cool concept. They brought back giant battles. I think it was a really ambitious title, and it did some great things. It did some things that were, you know, not the greatest, but it was still a great game overall. So the Mario Luigi series downfall had not started yet. So the newest game in the series, not the newest Mario and Luigi game, I guess, but the newest game in the series, more on that later, is Mario & Luigi Paper Jam. Mario & Luigi Paper Jam is the Mario & Luigi series with no soul. They kept the great battle system. They kept some funny dialogue, I guess. Starlo was in the game, so it was, you know, they had that, but there's nothing incredible about this game. This game is the most mediocre piece of garbage I have ever seen. They took Paper Mario and Mario & Luigi, two beloved Mario RPG series, put them together and did nothing with it. The only new thing they brought was a new battle system. That's it. And that's really not saying much. The special moves are creative. Again, not saying much. Paper Mario has his own character. Paper Mario is known for its characters. Paper Luigi also has a character that is a little bit closer to Mario than Luigi typically, because Paper Luigi is a lot more brave, less scared, more fun, and they could have really worked with that in this game. But they decided, no, let's not do that. Let's be lazy. Who's the main villain? Bowser and Paper Bowser. Who are the bosses? A regular Mario enemy and a Paper enemy variant. They brought back the Koopalings and gave them, but I don't know. The battles are just not that great. There's really nothing amazing about this game. This game is horrible, and it spelled out the end for the Mario & Luigi series. And yeah, it's just bad. It's horrible. Play this game if you want, but you're probably not gonna have fun if you consider yourself a Mario & Luigi fan. Superstar Saga plus Bowser's Minions, and Mario & Luigi Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey. These are the remakes to two of the Mario & Luigi games for the 3DS. Superstar Saga made a lot of sense. The remake was fun. I ended up playing it. I don't remember if it was my first time playing Superstar Saga, but I honestly had a really good time with it. It fixed some issues. It added quality of life improvements like better ways to cycle between buttons. Obviously, it looks better. The original still has a lot of things that are charming about it, but it made sense because the game was only available on Game Boy Advance, and 3DS and DS was a whole different thing. But Bowser's Inside Story didn't really need a remake. If it were to get a remake, it maybe would have made sense if they remade it for the Switch, but why are you going to remake a game that's already playable on a 3DS? for the 3DS. It just doesn't make any sense. The game also is what's, well, from what I've been told, led Alpha Dream, the developers of the Mario & Luigi series, into bankruptcy. They tried to capitalize off their most popular title, but they did everything wrong. First, obviously, remade a game on a console that you could already play it on. Not everyone was a fan of the upgraded graphics. They just didn't look that great. I do prefer the original, but I honestly don't have much of an issue with the new look. There was also a lot of timing and performance issues. This one somehow performed worse than the original. A DS game, and it's not a game that really takes much, so that didn't make any sense. And it's just, why? There's just no reason for that. I mean, if you want to play, you can still play it. It's not a bad game, but it makes sense when you see why the game didn't sell well. And I hope this doesn't lead the developers to believe, or Nintendo to believe, that this means that people just wouldn't like or wouldn't want to play Bowser's Inside Story. These games also came with side modes, respectively. You have Bowser's Minions for Superstar Saga's remake. I really wasn't a huge fan. I didn't play through the whole thing. That's how little I liked it. I thought it was going to be its own little mini campaign where you could use the same battle system but with Bowser's Minions. But that's not what it was, so it really wasn't that great. If it was that, I maybe would have liked it a bit more, but I just wasn't too big on it. It did have some cool things that connected both games, but that's about it. There was also Bowser Jr.'s Journey, which was a bit better than Bowser's Minions. I've heard good things about it, good things about the story. I've seen it. I'm like, okay, that's cool. It was a nice little bonus. Again, I would have preferred a different style of gameplay, but still an all right bonus. You know, they gave more than the game came with. Cool. So that's what I think about the bonus contents. But as far as the main game, Superstar Saga makes sense. Great remake. Bowser's Inside Story, pretty bad remake. While a very different type of game, Mario & Rabbids is an RPG nonetheless. I have only played the first one, have not played the second one, but I might eventually. What did I think of Mario & Rabbids? I thought it was a great game. You can't really hold it at the same level as the other Mario RPG games because it's not really a game that's about story. It's more so the gameplay and the challenge. It's probably the most challenging Mario RPG game I've played. Maybe I'm just bad at this Fire Emblem-esque type of battle system in an RPG. That just might be what it is. But maybe it's not. It was just honestly really challenging to me. It's great. People seem to really like it. I hope they continue to make games. It's really nice that we have the collaboration between Mario and Rabbids, not Mario's. I also saw that there's Rayman DLC, so actually getting Mario and Rayman in the same game. Hey, I mean, that's pretty cool. That's all I can really say about this, or about both games, I guess. Cool. They're fun. They're nice, but I don't really feel crazy about them. So what's the future of Mario RPGs? It used to look grim, but with the announcement of Super Mario RPG getting a remake, it looks more bright than ever. Everything looks super faithful. The game looks like it's actually gonna be something that makes the game better. It's for a console that needs it. It's for a game that needs it. It's a game that has original characters like Mallow and Geno, and I am so excited. A lot of people are complaining, saying, hey, why didn't they remake Thousand Year Door? Guys, this could come after this game. You never know. If this game performs well enough, we might get remakes of all our favorite Mario and Luigi and Paper Mario games. Or perhaps even a sequel, as has been talked about, or a new Mario RPG series that does everything we wanted to do, that takes all the best parts of Paper Mario, takes all the best parts of Mario and Luigi, and just puts them together in a way that's not bland like Sticker Star or Paper Jam. It is close. I can feel it. I am excited. I'm sure that you guys are as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Those are my thoughts on the future of the Mario RPG series. Hope you enjoyed taking this journey with me, looking back at everything that these wonderful RPG games had to offer, even the ones that were not so wonderful and are not so great. And I hope all of you have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching. Below, let me know what your favorite Mario RPG game was and why.